Hi friends, today I am going to tell you a small mythological story of Lord Kartikeya, who is also known as God of War. In ancient times, the Devas and the Asuras were forever at war, and often it was the Devas who won. That is because Lord Kartikeya was mostly on their side. Let me tell you about the birth of Kartikeya. After one such crushing defeat, an Asura king, Akhirsan's daughter Maya, decided to teach a lesson to the Devas. Maya, in the form of a beautiful woman, went to the forest where the great sage Kashyapa was in deep meditation. Maya thought to marry sage Kashyapa to have children more powerful than the Devas. She changed the place into a beautiful garden with her magic. She started dancing and singing melodiously. At one time, the sage looked up at her. Then she pleaded the sage to serve him as his wife. Sage Kashyapa accepted her request. Sage and the Asura princess lived happily in the forest, and they had 3 sons named Surapadman, Simhamukha, and Taraka. The 3 sons were raised against the Devas by Maya secretly. However, the sage was ignorant of this. When the boys were grown up, the sage left them by saying them to be devoted to the Lord. Now Maya asked her sons to obtain boons from Lord Shiva which will make them invincible. Then the 3 sons left home and performed severe penances to win the grace of Lord Shiva, but their effort did not get results. So Surapadman jumped into the sacrificial fire. Next moment he was saved from the fire by Lord Shiva. Then Shiva asked him for the reason. He said that, Lord, I want to be the master of the universe and have a body that will not perish. Shiva gave a boon for which he asked and told him that he will not be defeated by anyone except Lord Shiva's power. The 3 brothers returned home happily and told their mother about Shiva's boon. Maya also felt happy, for her dream came true. Then, ruining the kingdoms on their way, they came to Devaloka, and after a fierce battle, the Devas were defeated. The 3 brothers made the Devas as their servants. Some of the Devas were even imprisoned. Jayanta, Indra's son, was also imprisoned. Surapadman had a magnificent city named as Mahendrapuri, built by Vishwakarma, the architect of Devas. He made it his capital. One day, Lord Indra and some of the Devas went to Kailash to pray to Lord Shiva. Then they told Lord Shiva about their miseries. Shiva consoled them and gave assurance that they will soon be finished. Then Shiva assumed a form with 6 faces from which 6 divine sparks shot forth. The child born out of these sparks will slay the Asura. Shiva then came back to his original form. He ordered Vayu and Agni to carry the sparks to Ganga. She will carry them to Sharavana, forest of reeds on the Udaya mountain. Agni and Vayu brought them to Ganga, and when Ganga brought them to Sharavana, the sparks turned into 6 babies. The 6 Kritikas saw the babies and they began to cuddle the infants. Then Shiva and Parvati came to the Kritikas. By seeing at the babies, Parvati felt happy for the children. As Parvati stepped closer, the babies merged into one child having 6 heads, 12 hands and 2 legs. All Parvati, Ganga, Agni, Sharavana and the 6 Kritikas will try to claim the child as their own. As all of them took part in the child's birth, Shiva announced as Parvati's son, he will be named Skanda, as son of goddess of forest, Sharavana, as the son of Kritikas, Kartikeya, as Ganga's son, Kumara, Agni's son, Mahasena, and as mine, Guha. Parvati was worried to fondle a baby with 6 heads. The next minute, the baby turned as a normal child. Soon, 9 divine beings emerged from the lake. Those 9 are Kartikeya's Ganas, Veerabahu and his champions. After the Devas has worshipped Lord Kartikeya, Shiva took him to his own mount, Kailash. One day at Kailasha, when Shiva and Parvati were discussing casually, Shiva said to Parvati, Parvati, the time has come for Kartikeya to subdue Surapadman, Simhamukha and Taraka. Parvati worryingly replied, he is just a child, how will he fight? Shiva encouraged her by reminding that he was a child with divine spark. Shiva summoned Kartikeya and Veerabahu. He told them his plans. Both of them readily agreed. After all the preparations were completed, Kartikeya took his parents' blessings and went to fight the Asuras. After covering some distance, in the form of a mighty mountain, Krauncha, the Asura, stood before the Deva army. He challenged Kartikeya to fight with him. Without a word, Kartikeya hurled his spear at him, and Krauncha was no more. When the news reached Taraka, he was full of rage. Along with his army, he came face to face with Kartikeya. Kartikeya tried to make peace and told Taraka that if he released Devas, there would be no war. But it was of no use. Instead, it made him more angrier. Tarakasura charged at Kartikeya with his trident, but it did not hurt him. One by one, Taraka exhausted all his weapons. At last, Kartikeya charged at Taraka with his spear. Kartikeya's spear found its mark. All the Devas rejoiced after Tarakasura was slain. Kartikeya commanded Veerabahu to go as his envoy to Surapadman and ask him to stop harassing the Devas. Before visiting Surapadman, Veerabahu changed himself into a tiny insect and flew into the prison and informed Jayanta about Tarakasura's death. Now Veerabahu will assume his own form after entering Surapadman's court. He conveyed the message from Kartikeya to release Jayanta from prison and stop torturing Devas, and he vanished. Then Simhamukha reminded his brother about Krauncha and Taraka, but Surapadman decided to fight against the Devas. Meanwhile, Veerabahu had reached Kartikeya and informed Surapadman's decision. Now, Kartikeya with his army reached Mahendrapuri. Surapadman sent his son Bhanukopan to fight them. Bhanukopan fought with Veerabahu for a very long time. At last, he fell and the Asuras fled in panic. The death of Bhanukopan shook Surapadman. The next day, Simhamukha led the attack. Then Simhamukha sent a missile which wound itself around the Deva army and hurled them far away from the battlefield. But Kartikeya rescued the Devas. After having a fierce battle, Kartikeya launched the thunderbolt at Simhamukha. Simhamukha fell and sought refuge in Kartikeya. Kartikeya blessed him and told him that he will be reborn as goddess Kali's vehicle. The next day, Surapadman himself led the Asura army to the battlefield. To subdue Kartikeya, Surapadman took a huge bird form. Kartikeya, using Indra in the form of a peacock as his mount, fought with Surapadman. But Surapadman escaped from Kartikeya by taking the form of a tree. Kartikeya cut the tree in two using his spear. The next moment, Surapadman came out in his natural form. Kartikeya hurled his spear at him, and at last Surapadman died. As he fell, a great change came over Surapadman, and he also sought refuge in Kartikeya. Kartikeya offered Surapadman to serve him as his vehicle and his emblem for his repentance. Thus, Surapadman assumed two forms: one, peacock to serve as a vehicle to Lord Kartikeya, and two, to adorn Kartikeya's flag post. And thus ended the story of Kartikeya.